everybody. Thank you, Carlos. Thanks for not even letting me get set up so I can thank you properly. Thank you, Carlos, for the 5 gifted subs. Yes, I just want to mess around for my birthday, so decided to start up a stream and messing around with a few things, and then I want to get into. I have my. Actually, let me bring up a photo. Something sitting on my desk here, which I was gonna get. I was gonna try to get the overhead, my overhead set back up, but I didn't get around to it. Of course, the image gigantic. I have my collection of GameCubes and 3rd gen Pokemon stuff sitting out here. And I want to mess around with some of it because I just recently got the Silver GameCube which is a PAL GameCube with a copy of Pokemon Box PAL, which is the cheapest copy of Pokemon Box in English you can get. I want to mess around with that a bit. I've got the capture and stuff all set up. I just didn't get the overhead set up to like show it off live all the time. I took a nice picture of it. But we'll get into that in a minute. Gotta finish getting stuff set up. Sadly, not really. Maybe I don't know. Probably not really, Carlos. I'm still coming off of a medication I could drink on. Sad to say, but soon I can maybe. Maybe I'll join you if you do another one of your streams. Just here. Add. Yep. Just wanted to chill and play around with a few things. Not really had any plans today, besides just getting on and messing around with my GameCube collection here. The right scene. Oh yeah, it's my birthday today. One sec. Just as you said that, I got a phone call that I needed to take. Um, up there. Do I have to unplug and plug it back in? One sec. Making sure everything is running correctly here. But there we go. Classic GameCube. I'm running this through a, let's see. What is it? Retro Prism, which is specifically important for the PAL GameCube because you don't know anything about the UK. They don't use the same graphical standards as the US. So I can't plug this old GameCube with the US component cable. So I needed something else. Since all my GameCubes are DOL001s, I can use the digital output port. And that's where the Retro Prism comes in at the digital adapter for HDMI. Now I can capture HDMI and then feed it back through and capture it on my computer. Real quick, first I want to check these two memory cards I have. Okay. So I just bought these from literally a store. Let's see what's on them. Knock anything off, including my expensive Game Boy Advance. Wow, this has a lot of save games on it. Mario Golf, Disney Party, Tales of Symphonia, Aggressive Inliner, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Tony Hawk Underground 2, Mario Party 5, Super Smash Brothers. Okay, nothing. There is nothing on there I want to save. Yeah. There's nothing I want to save on either of these. So, gotta go through and erase all this real quick. I did turn off the music. There we go. That's a little cleaner. There is no mass erase unless you have to reformat The Sims. Well, whoever owned this memory card before had a lot of save games. They definitely had a big collection of GameCube games. Or at least had a very interesting time with the GameCube. But I need these for my own stuff. I'd rather have them clean. It does take a little bit. Seems so. Well, my position got really kicked to the far side. There we go. I have 2 empty cartridges, or memory cards, which is good because I only have two So the big thing with GameCube memory cards, especially when you have multiple regions, like especially if you have a NTSC J and an NTSC I can't remember the name for it. Is it just US? Yeah, it's NTSC US. So NTSC US is US, NTSC J is Japan. They're NTSC because they use the same output. So Japanese and English GameCubes almost exactly the same, except that they're region locked between the two. They also have an issue with the actual memory cards are formatted slightly differently. There is an issue that if you try to put a English and a Japanese save together of any game, your memory card has a chance of just corrupting flat out. So it's good to have a memory card for every region of GameCube you own that you're going to want to play games on. You can use third-party memory cards, but they do have more of a chance of wearing out. Forget what brand this is. The really generic one. It hasn't failed me, but I haven't had it that long. Otherwise, all my cartridges or all mine are original GameCube licensed cartridges, most of them made in Japan. they seem to have the best longevity. But let's get into this here. Got a PAL GameCube. Oop. And a PAL copy of Pokemon Box. Start by playing around with my authentic copy of Ruby. But we go to adventure mode. Pretty much this lets you play copy of Ruby or Sapphire on your GameCube without having a Game Boy player. I do have my... the whole reason I'll get through... I've only said 3 regions, but I have 4 GameCubes, and there's a reason for that. But let's get this. So, turned on my Game Boy Advance with my copy of Ruby in it. Connect here. There we go. It's confirmed that it's a real copy of Ruby. And now it's confirmed, I can turn off my Game Boy Advance. And it will literally let me play the game as if I have pretty much a Game Boy player. And what's nice is, yes, they let you turn off the Game Boy so you can save power. And that was the save I used to test how well the copy of Ruby I got was playing, which I'm planning on redoing for a actual stream. So we got that. So now I've got I go to box. Since I don't have a memory saved, we'll write one real quick. And to use box, you have to have a copy of Ruby or Sapphire. I just flipped back on my advanced. Or advance. Ready? And this is the one box. So that's all working good. Made my save. There's the credits for it. Whenever you exit, it plays them. And it starts over. I had to say this because of the way I'm capturing. I do get these bars whenever I turn off any HDMI device. I want to quickly unattach everything and switch back over to my 4th game. In the picture I showed, you saw 3 GameCubes and 1 with a Game Boy player. My GameCube that has the Game Boy player is a GC loader modded one. That means the whole disk drive has been replaced with a chip that spoofs it and lets you play ROMs. And because of that, I got a Game Boy player without the CD. The best part about this, I've actually homebrewed better programming for the Game Boy player. I pop out my copy of Ruby. Insert it in the Game Boy player. Because if anyone doesn't know, Game Boy Player is literally a Game Boy Advanced hacked apart and put. It's the same chip. It's the same circuit board. It's just instead of outputting to a screen, it's set up to output through the GameCube itself when it's initialized. Turn on my GC loader with Swiss. Pops up. Go to Game Boy interface. And the nice thing about this is then I can go and make it full screen. And now I've actually got a bigger play area. And somewhat hugely crisper graphics. But what's nice about the Game Boy player is I can pop in, like, say, my Japanese copy of MaRul. Which is something that can't be played on either version of Pokemon Box. And play it. It's something that also is that one thing that's also known is that the Game Boy player and the Game Boy Advance itself has no region lock. Was this one of mine or... No, I think this is one that... This is the save that originally came on it. Oh, and they took a Torchic, but they never evolved. They never got past the second evolution. Breloom. I don't know if I've transferred anything off this one. I don't think I have. Gotta remember to reset. Not reading this one. There it goes. Nope. Why are you failing to read? This copy of Japanese Sapphire. Let me check this was a working copy. Yeah, works fine on my advance. Do a full restart. This is also why I wanted to play around with these, because I have not spent too much time playing around with these GameCubes to mess around to see what would be the best way to like stream these games. Okay, now it's working just fine. Okay, so it does not like to. I can't do like hot swapping. So what what I was trying to do was eject the cartridge, reset it, put a new cartridge in, reset it again. That is not working. So I can't just hot swap games. I pretty much have to come back here and restart it. Okay. Or you did correct. Oh, I remember something that's ish. There's a. Yeah. So something with these older something I found with the older Japanese games. I don't know if I haven't played around with enough of the authentics, the English authentics. It sometimes takes a while if they haven't been played. But I remember that. Does this now work? Yes. Okay, so that's just the game cartridge acting up. So actually, oh, I got these ones back up. Does this work? No. Okay, that time it worked. Okay, so my hypothesis was wrong. Okay, I need to go do something real quick, and I will be back. Nope, not the right thing. Let's do those. So I have in my collection, I have a set of everything in Japanese for the most part. See, the only things I'm missing are, well, let's start with third gen. Japanese third gen. The only thing I'm missing is XD Gale of Darkness and the bonus Jirachi disc. Or sorry, the bonus Celebi thing. Or Celebi for the no, it's a bonus disc for Celebi. Okay, so yeah, in Japanese, Celebi is a bonus disc for Coliseum. So for GameCube, I'm missing, yeah, XD Gale of Darkness and the bonus disc for Coliseum. Japanese game-wise, I own a complete set of third gen and an extra copy of Ruby. But I need to think about getting probably an extra copy of Leaf Green or Fire Red. Okay, that worked on the first try. Because I need to complete one. I need to have a complete copy of Fire Red or Leaf Green to transfer. And actually, I think this is a complete copy. This would be a great one to not mess with. AKA not wipe. Oh, that's save. Yeah, they have all the badges. The question is, do they have the national decks, though? I think this is, yeah, I think this is the national decks. Because, so to transfer between Leaf Green, Fire Red, and any of the other third gen games, you have to have the national decks. It locks you. So this one, if I'm right, can transfer. And it's already pretty wiped out of Pokemon. Okay, so Leaf Green, I can maybe use for a transfer game. Because the thing is, you need transfer games to get, since as long as Pokemon Bank is still usable to transfer to Pokemon Home, you need various transfer games to get Pokemon up through to the current generation. This one probably needs a minute. Yeah, it's still not reading correctly. Give that cartridge a minute to warm back up. So yeah, I have, what was it? And for each nationality, because up until I I have to check. I don't think the English and Japanese copies can transfer between each other up until you get to a certain generation. I gotta remember. This is why I'm trying to test all this stuff and have the authentic hardware. Warmed up. No. We'll restart. Wow, this cartridge just really is not wanting to play. Playing fine on the advance. It's refusing to play on the Game Boy Player. Might have bad contacts. Let's see. I need to take apart my Game Boy Player and actually like clean it out. It's not the cleanest thing in the world. Got a lot of dust in it. Okay, now it's okay, I need to go over all this yeah, this one only has 2 badges. Yeah, not much on this one. The nice thing is no one's making fakes of the Japanese games yet. So pretty much all the Japanese cartridges on the market are authentic. Problem is, English Pokemon, there are knockoffs. And for most of the reasons I'm trying to mess around with the games, the knockoffs don't work. I do have a collection of knockoffs. But mainly to test to make sure that it doesn't work. Because I was pretty sure it wasn't. because they are technically just ROM carts. So when people reverse engineered the Game Boy Advance cartridge to make it so they could just dump ROMs on them, the technology they're using to make the knockoffs have to boot into a exploit and then boot into the game ROM. And because it has to boot into that exploit first, there's checks that fail when trying to interface it with like the GameCube games. Pretty much they just hang and leave safe forever. Let me pull out. So played around with all the new stuff. I'm gonna pull out my Japanese GameCube here with a Japanese copy of Box and show what I received from buying a Japanese copy of Pokemon Box. Oh, and part of the reason was so the in my photo, the indigo purple GameCube is my family GameCube. That is the GameCube I had since my young teens. Uh, I got a, I got so the the thing with having two Japanese GameCubes, one being now a GC loader GameCube, was a happy accident. I had my Indigo GameCube, English Indigo GameCube, and I bought a GC loader. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna mod this. I'm gonna mod this." Nostalgia was just way too hard. Could not touch it. Could not touch it. Could not touch it. I mean, I've opened it. I've cleaned it. Could not bring myself to remove parts from it. Um, then I had bought myself a. There was a lot on eBay for a Japanese GameCube. With a copy of Pokemon Box and a save file. Put it up here. Copy of Japanese. So I have 2 copies of Japanese Ruby. Like I said, same with the English/PAL copy. You have to have a copy of Ruby or Sapphire to use Pokemon Box. So I have it in slot 2. On the GameCube here. Sadly, I did not get the special edition memory cartridge. The memory cartridge that came with my copy of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon Box did not come with it. It came with a regular one. So just like the English one, you have to load up a cartridge save. So this was the save I got with Pokemon Box. Somebody had collected And as the Japanese stuff, there isn't any inauthentic hardware really floating around. There is some minor things you can try to do, but it's really hard for like code manipulation. So a lot of this had to be gotten with either just a hacked GameCube, or which doesn't make sense, or this is all just authentic. So they had, I think these are from that summary. Don't remember where the trainer ID is. I think these are just the ones from Pokemon Coliseum. No, I'm forgetting the controls. There we go. This bundle came with a Japanese GameCube, copy of Pokemon box with the save, copy of Coliseum, I believe with its own save, if I remember correctly. I forget if I bought the Coliseum separately. Japanese Coliseum. The problem was when I got the box, it was smashed in on one side, like hard gash smashed. And when I opened it up, the GameCube front lid, top lid, was slightly ajarred to the point that, and pushed in to the point that it would not release. Working the case around a tiny bit, I got the case to, or the lid to finally release out and then realign itself. But the CD drive was dead. Would not spin up, refused to spin up. I took the whole thing apart, cleaned it, put it all back together. Just something had broken in the drive, which I thought was perfect. I had a GC loader. I've now got a GameCube that works with a GC loader, and the thing you replace the GC loader with is the main drive. So the only broken part on the Japanese GameCube I got, I could just replace with GC loader, and that was my mod. Now that's my modded GameCube. The problem was, I had no functioning Japanese GameCube to play Pokemon Box or Pokemon Coliseum, which I had just bought. So I had to contact the seller. They were nice enough to send out their other lot to me, which included another Japanese GameCube with a copy of Mario Party. And luckily that one got here without issue. No issue, I got 2 Japanese GameCubes. Okay, so the upper part here is the Pokemon box itself. So this is what's on the actual save. Lots of Groudons, lots of everything. Pretty much a living dex in itself. Up to Gen 3. With a few things missing. What was this? I think these were just that's just Safari. Unknown and of Ditto. Back around. And then down here is the actual game itself. So this copy of Ruby, actually, so I was transferring the legendary dogs and stuff from, actually I could just store these. These are more Coliseum. Pokemon. Let's see, do they have a spot for... trying to remember. Yeah, okay, this already has a copy of the legendary dogs. They just don't have another spot for them. I want to empty these out. Because these are all shadow. Which, if you know anything about the shadow Pokemon, they have a special ribbon that shows up. Yeah. I need to put another Pokemon in the party so I can take this one out. Anything else I want to grab out of here? That's just normal Gyarados. The thing that sucks is there's no easy way to scroll through a bunch of Pokemon. Tios. You can take pictures. A lot of interesting features. Windows. Okay. Latios. This copy of Ruby had a lot of stuff on it. Oxus. These might actually... This one... It looks like this copy of Ruby, I'd have to check it, but... It might have had all the events. And it definitely had both the Jirachi. Moltres. Yeah, I think that's just a wish maker. I don't know what this egg is. Check on that. This is likely the bonus disc. Celebi? Need against another one. Okay, so these are 10th anniversary Celebes. And that's probably a bonus disc. What's this one? Okay, that's a Wishmaker Jirachi. Then this was a different event? Yeah, this is some other event. But it's not shiny, so it's not the Hong Kong Pokemon or Hong Kong Pokemon Center one. So there was a shiny Jirachi given out. And that distribution has been captured. Okay, I will definitely need to go through this copy of Ruby and go through like its records. Because it looks like it might have both the events. And unless I'm wrong, I think there's a way to mix records to get event stuff into other games. So if this has the legitimate event stuff, then I can use it. I could use it to distribute to other Japanese games without having to use any sort of like ROM carts or anything. Then save this. And then I believe that's me to turn back on the Game Boy Advance. Yep. Now it's writing the save game back, the box data back to the game. Yeah, there we go. Save to turn it back off. And I could use the adventure feature. Load up the save. Move Pokemon. So when I originally got these games, I did transfer up all the shinies to my personal Pokemon home. I don't think there's any left in here, but I wanted to double check. Oh, someone put all the markings on that one. The markings were just a way to sort boxes, pretty much. A really dark sprite. Leon. Go through, I guess, and look through all the Spendas. The Spendas have a bunch of different patterns. oddish. Alright, not much here. Have to go through. Oh, that's Pokemon. This is bag. Nope, that's Dex. Dex, Pokemon bag. Right, yeah. Key items. I don't know what the, off the top of my head, I don't know what the, event items are called off the top of my head in Japanese. Let's see. And what is it? It's D? Was that code without saving? Okay, I gotta get used to that. The Japanese copy. And the Japanese box I got. So my idea is if I ever start like doing Nuzlockes and collections and like shiny hunts, I'd use new boxes. Which is what's nice about Pokemon Box. It's as easy as loading up another memory card. Just getting another memory. Want to make sure I put the memory cartridge I put the PAL box on away. It's okay for that. Yeah. I might be getting my hands on some more authentic copies of English 3rd gen games. I do need to get myself a copy of the Coliseum games. I remember to keep track of this copy of Japanese Ruby now. I didn't realize that before. Okay, I need to take another break. Then we'll be back. Don't have I saw the music paused. Let's see. I'll just. Okay. Let's see. I've got some lunch here I want to eat, but might as well. There's something else I thought about doing. Since I'm just kind of being chill and doing random stuff. I'm thinking about just... Let's see. Get this closed. I want to make sure I have everything right here. Gotta change my setup real quick. So I'm gonna enjoy some lunch here, and I'm not gonna play the sound, but while for those who don't know, this is what I've based my model on, is this old show reboot. What's nice is I'm going to post it here. The company that currently owns rights to stream Reboot on their service is currently streaming it live on YouTube for free. So while I'm eating, I'm going to watch this, and hopefully, if you want to watch along with me, I'm going to post the links. Luckily, it is in season 1. So yeah. Even though I'm not playing the sound, you can see where I'm looking at, or what episode, or what part of the episode I'm on, based on whatever stream lag there is, and you can watch along yourself. Let's see, this one's the Great Brain Robbery. This is about where Megabyte shrinks down Hack and Slash and has them infiltrate Enzo's, or they try to infiltrate Bob's brain, but they infiltrate Enzo's brain. This is the introduction of the hacker mouse. Oh, I saw my music playing. Might as well turn that off if, in case people are watching along, they won't have my music interfering with it. So, interesting thing about Reboot. Second, it got beaten to air by like a month or something by another fully CG show in like France. So it might be the most like widespread first CG show, but it is technically not the first to air. But yeah, this was a show I watched a lot as a kid, especially on its Toonami run. And it has a ton of old gaming references. Oh, is this actually Talent Night? Yep, this is the Enzo's birthday episode. Very fitting. It was a really fun show. It's sad that some uh TV exec had to use it to resurrect his old show, and that's what Reboot the Guardian Code is, which is horrid. This episode's got a bunch of great references, like the TV. They have a stand in for standards and practices this episode. Because the first season of Reboot was originally made to air on the, I believe, the American Family, but ABC, American Broad. I've heard, my mind's failing me. But yeah, made to be kid friendly and religious values, pretty much. The Canadians that made the show had to be, or no, it was, sorry, it wasn't until ABC was bought out. That's what, it got worse when ABC was bought out. But this is, this first season is a little strict, and it's why Dot has the famous mono boob. This is this is a mood. Just wanting to fall apart. So before Rainmaker made Reboot, they made the music video for money for nothing. So this is their actual assets from the music video. Also, this is a great way to make bad or dirty jokes in a kid show. He's just saying everything in binary, and I don't think it translates to anything. Al and his waiter. What? Live Knoll juggling. Oh, it's awful. Tony J was such a good voice actor. Just shove him in the goal. Just falls off the stage. Another dig at standards and practices. Excuse me. Primitives is in basic shapes. And the Shatner joke. The spies get made. Breakdancing. Hmm. What hit them? Making sure Megabyte's plan sounds very evil. Ooh, had a bit of coughing fit there. Spicy stuff. The YTV, old YTV logo. It's funny how they call this his first birthday, but later in the show, it's technically his second. Supposedly, this was the part that was also really hard to get past the censors. Here comes the best part of the whole episode. So sinister. He just wanted to play guitar in front of a stage, in front of an audience. I don't know if it's just me. My Korean food's spicier today. Defend them from their enemies. Identity crisis. If the plane gets it. Distortion of reality. All of the staff, even some of the food items, are rooting for you. No comes in and just takes the whole. Yeah, it's always good to remember where your icon is. I think this is the only other time they use the Jeffries tube style crawlways besides the principal office. This episode goes a long way to explain a lot of the lore, or at least set up a lot of the lore. Old man Pearson. Hmm. Somehow already got an APC or ABC. Good thing they're flying vehicles and can turn around on a dime. Thanking your enemy for helping you. Yeah, Bob was cool, but yeah, Mouse. And then like later Matrix and Andrea. Your immenseness. For being such an early program, they actually did some very subtle uh, facial animation here and there. Just completely end the episode on a cliffhanger of everything gone to hell. And Dot blaming herself. I know in the fandom, one of the biggest like debated things to this day is like, why do games do what they do? He's just so depressed. inside Silicon Tor. I think this is the first time the Doctor shows up for these episodes. Or no, maybe he shows up in a earlier episode. But he doesn't get his catchphrase till later. And this is the episode that shows somehow Fong has more power with dealing with the games than he shows. But yeah, closest thing to time travel. Just a device that causes a vision of the future of linear causality. Nibbles. Evil adult Enzo. So with Bob and Dot being nullified, Enzo would literally be the only real sprite left. Very good moral lesson. You can't just sit back and hope the future gets better. The more conscious actions you take for your own betterment, the better. Sitting back and hoping is a terrible strategy. Hoping and taking actions to make things better is what people really should be doing. This always makes me think of Idiocracy with the barcode tattoos. Basically, a device that lets you see the future on the cost of that you get hallucinations before and afterwards. I always find that interesting. They call the sector Silicon Tor, but Silicon Tor is the sector underneath Megabyte's tower. That's why the tower is called Silicon Tor. I don't know. This show has a lot of weird hiccups in its lore. First episode of season 2. Infected. Whenever I'm watching these, I always try to remember what the episode's about before it actually starts playing. Infected. This isn't the no. This shouldn't be the Medusa bug episode. Oh no, it's this episode. Okay, it's it's the system upgrade episode. I like how everyone's hopeful for what it's going to be. It's like what it's like when people always say what they'd do if they won the lottery. Thank you, unknown noob, and welcome in. Just hucks it so hard that it sticks in the wall. Good. Just was playing around with my GameCube collection earlier, and now just was eating lunch and kind of just sitting here enjoying one of my favorite old shows and kind of just reacting to it. If you look up Reboot on YouTube, you'll find this stream and you can watch along. The current company that owns the rights to stream this show is playing it for free live. This episode does a lot to make Megabytes so insidious and just show how uh show how threat- threatening he actually is to the system. It does a good job to reestablish him. Bob just starts running. Shows how animalistic viruses are, even if they are smart. Family. I hope you have a good day at work. One of the episodes of Nightmare Fuel. Very brutal methods. Viral disintegration room. Command F you. And now the real file shows up. I code. Don't think this is um the Codemaster episode. Oh, nope, it is the Codemaster episode. Hey, welcome back, unknown noob. Everyone always making fun of Bob's car. Petition for Guardians to fix their own stuff. I choose not to understand what this means. Welcome in, Buster. Because when you're asking for somebody's help and they refuse, you should really just call them a coward. Good thing this Codemaster's greedy for more power. I just noticed the Codemaster's symbol. A lot of the fake games they made for this show don't really make a lot of sense. I don't know. This one always made me think of the video game Outlaws for some reason, even though it doesn't have any guns. I think it's just the 3D nature. Hey Dipsy, welcome in. Thank you. I'm feeling pretty decent today. Hope you're feeling well. That's good. Have you been feeling better lately from the issues you were having? Uh, Yeah, at least you're still on the mend. That's the most important part. Crotchety old man syndrome. When games collide. This one's definitely a classic. Need to turn off my Steam notifications. Yes, this was 1997 to early 2000s TV show. Actually, let me repost it again. Um, the company that currently owns the rights to it is, well, the rights to stream it is streaming it for free on YouTube. So I was just in kind of chill, lay back, reacting to the episodes. I have the sound off on my end, but I just have it in the little picture so people can see which part I'm reacting to. If they want to hear the sound, they can turn it on themselves. But yeah, this is the show that inspired the design of my VTuber avatar. Yeah, I mean, they also don't track very well. I have a squint, and sometimes uh, every once in a while, I squint too much, and it thinks I'm closing. It thinks I closed my eyes. I'm still getting used to the new face tracking stuff that I'm using. This is the episode that introduces the most plot relevant device in the show. I don't know. Very get smart. This episode also has a bunch of references. Very Stargate-esque. And it happens to fall on Silicon Tor. There we go. Two video games in one. Megabyte's all angry about them leeching too much energy when that was literally his order. Very much a despot that does not take responsibility for his own commands. Tank T-Rex. Jet that flaps its wings. Ugh. All that and it just jumps it. It's a good it's a good thing that the aerial ace binome knows how to pretty much fly an ornithopter. the gateway command. Personally, I always wondered if Megabyte ever made it to supercomputer, would he actually like? The whole point is he needs to take a bunch of forces with him because it's my personal canon that unless he can hide out really well, he probably wouldn't last very long against the Guardians and the supercomputer because they've dealt with very powerful viruses in the past, I'm sure. Megabyte has a bit of honor. And I think with that, I'm actually going to call it here. I feel like taking a nap or something. Probably just going to chill out for the rest of my birthday day. But thank you all who came by and for watching, and I will see you on the next